Clearly, it's a two-horse race. It's not over for the vice president, okay? I've heard people say that Dr. Bawumia has won, is going to win on a silver platter. No, nobody should deceive themselves. You see, I will be very much happy if I hear this morning that Alan Agyapong has thrown his weight behind Kennedy Agyapong. Wow. Yes, I'll be very much happy. Why do I say so? I say so because, the release that came out, Alan did not provide any direction for his supporters. So they are stuck. Now they do not know where to go. Majority of the people who were following Alan Agyapong said a whole lot of things about the vice president, of which I believe strongly that majority of them today cannot take back their words and then go into the camp of the vice president. Likewise, some of them are, confused a little bit in their minds as to whether to go to Kennedy. If they are to go to Kennedy, is he the person Alan is going to support? Okay. So for me, I feel that to be very fair to the supporters, one, to ensure they have some level of closure, okay, and relief, Alan in the coming weeks must clearly tell his supporters and the entire country where his support is. As much as he still remains in the party, definitely he must have an interest. If Alan Agyapong is to do same, as I've said, then trust me, this election is not going to be a child's play. You see, Akompreko has the resources. Now, you walk on the ordinary street of Ghana, especially in Accra, and then you hear Ghanaians who you do not even know whether they are NPP or they are NDC, telling you that if Kennedy doesn't come, they won't vote.
I heard that, but won't his utterances affect him?
No. You see, this is Ghana, this is Africa. People do not care about what you say, okay, any longer. All people care about is how to get food on their table.
What you are doing to help them.
Exactly. And politics these days is all about interest. If I'm supporting IB, I need to make sure that I have a certain level of interest for which I'm protecting. Should IB get the nod, he is the one going to help me to secure that interest. The interest of Ghanaians now for Akompreko is the fact that, one, majority of Ghanaians have come to believe that he's very truthful and honest person. Okay, he's a straightforward person. Regardless of whoever you are, he'll give it to you the way it is. People do not like the level of indiscipline in our system. They need somebody who will come and correct it. As to whether or not Ken is in the position to correct the wrongs of the system, should he become president, is also another question and another form of topic for a debate. So the point is that the New Patriotic Party going into this race, you see, the people who are trying to be smart, calling on Alan supporters to join Dr. Bawumia, which is very good. I have seen a post from Samia Wuku, who is the leader of the campaign for the vice president, calling certain names, certain persons to join the camp of Dr. Bawumia. Whilst he is doing that, there is also another person within the same Bawumia camp who is telling the Alan supporters that, no, we don't even need you here because you said, damning things about the vice president and his candidature. For that reason, even if you show up your face, okay, it will be very difficult for you to openly spread the agenda of Dr. Bawumia. So on the other side, that same camp is even confused with their stance for supporters from the Alan camp. Okay, assuming they were all singing the same chorus, then you can say that you will get a certain number of people, being convinced that, okay, even if we go there, we will be welcome, they are going to accept our views and all of that. In the absence of that, it should be clear for Kennedy. Should Alan partner with Kennedy, throws his weight behind Kennedy, trust me, it is going to be a very tough contest. Now, Dr. Efriye Adaidibo, okay, will play a key role in this election, but their influence will not be anything surprising to me. You can look at the vote that they all garnered in the special delegate elections. And so, let's see the way forward for the New Patriotic Party For me, the aftermath of November 4 will decide whether they can bring the 8 or they will take the 8 to opposition.
Yes.
So that is very, very.
How will they ensure that after November 4 they will be able to break the 8? Because most definitely a lot of people have pain. They have a lot of issues with how things have been so far. And the party will need to find a way to unite every member, a loser or a winner, so that they can fight together towards 2024. How will they do that?
Well, the NPP has always had something sort of a reconciliation committee in place whenever they go through these processes. So we can trust the members of the committee to ensure that the grievances are addressed and the pains are actually attended to one way or the other. And usually it comes with the assurance that, as the former President before said, it's better to be a messenger in a governing party than to be a party chairman in, say, opposition. Right? So once they are able to sell the message to them that let's get the power, and when we get the power, we will attend to all those concerns, and the people actually buy into it, it's a headway. But coming to the role Alan will play in the outcome of November 4, I'll be surprised if Alan doesn't lead the party and also doesn't throw his weight behind Ohene Agyapong. Because there's always been that Disco Alliance. They are all former students of Disco, right? All students of Disco. So, in fact, even before the delegates conference, there were many who had suggested that if Alan had placed second, right, November 4, if there's a runoff, Ken will have pulled out, and then Ken will have thrown his weight behind Alan. In fact, not just Ken, all the other 9 candidates, because they had held meetings. They actually sent a petition together to the Council of Elders of the party, the National Executive Council, asking them to address a number of concerns regarding the Super Delegates Conference. Those petitions were not attended to.
Then it is their own fault, because if they had all pulled out and decided that we're going to support Alan, we wouldn't even be.
No, in fact, they didn't want the Super Delegates Conference to really happen. They didn't want it to happen because they thought it was a waste of everybody's time, right? Because if you look at 0.4%,